Alright guys, before this video begins, let me just quickly explain some stuff. This video was, quite a bit of a hassle to make because think about it for a second, boys. I have to make a separate recording video, and then I have to make another video post-production where I play as these Red Sun characters. So here's the thing, boys. I have to make a whole separate video after this video just playing with the Red Sun characters. That way I can have background footage for when I'm reviewing the goddamn... Nah, but I'm just kidding. If you guys could drop a like, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, just a big also here, please drop your list of your Red Sun characters as well. Like, there's 6 Red Sun characters in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So, please, in the comments, I really want to see your guys' rendition of this tier list. So, in the number 6 spot, put down your absolute worst booty boy Red Sun character. And then at the number 1 spot, it's, the president, the leader, the CEO of the Red Sun team, which is most likely going to be Green Lantern, no shocker. But please, drop down your list for your favorite Red Sun characters all in one tier list. So, let me know in the comments if my tier list was booty or if your tier list was good. So, make sure to drop down your Red Sun tier list as well. Please! Hey, what is up guys? Mirza here and I'm back on Injustice iOS. Now, before we jump into this, I think the alternate comics of some of these DC characters are so cool. My favorite, obviously, we have the Dark Multiverse, which is by far my favorite alternate DC Universe comic. It is so cool. I actually picked up a copy. I'll recommend anybody who has never even read a comic ever, please read the Dark Multiverse, because it is truly nothing we've ever seen before. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Red Sun characters, which are also from a alternate universe, but they're still in the DC universe. Now, in this universe, I'm gonna get a bit into the lore. All right, my bad. We have Superman's pod coming down into the Soviet Russia instead of Kansas. So all of it is so cool. We have other characters like Deathstroke, Green Lantern, Grundy, Wonder Woman. All of these are part of the Red Sun universe. All right. So basically, all these DC characters practically grew up in Russia. That's what the story is. Just putting it as simply as I can, alright? But what I wanted to show you guys is that this game has actually given me more love for comics because I actually picked up a Dark Multiverse comic. My bad, I'm getting a little off topic. Let's jump into this tier list for all these Red Sun characters. So, let's just count how many Red Sun characters we have. We have Red Sun Batman, Red Sun Deathstroke, Red Sun Green Lantern, Red Sun Solomon Grundy, Red Sun Superman, and then Red Sun Wonder Woman. That is altogether 6. Now let's just talk about the history of these characters. They have been in the game for so long. I think these characters are the first time Injustice, the game app, ever tried to make a team. I think the Red Sun characters are the first time they ever tried to make a team with synergies that are only for these type of teammates, the Red Sun teammates. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the first time we ever saw synergies for specific character teams. So, Red Sun characters have been in the game for a very long time. So, I think everyone's all-time favorite Red Sun character is obviously Green Lantern. He has probably the best synergies for the Red Sun characters overall. But in this tier list, we'll be counting down all 6 of them. And, we're going to start at the number 6 spot, which is, the absolute lowest of the low, and the number 1 spot, which is the best of the best. Alright guys, if you head down to Mirza.shop, you guys can pick up your very own Red Sun Green Lantern card, fully Elite 7, level 50, fully maxed out. You don't have to wait for the Red Sun pack to come, and you can order them on my website, Mirza.shop. We do both iOS and Android orders, and the cherry on top of this hotness is that all orders are completely ban-proof. If that doesn't tickle your butt, then we have these bundles as well. We have the Metal Characters bundle. We have breakthroughs for existing characters on your collection. We can augment existing characters on your collection. And then we have these bundles for currencies, nth metal, energy, all in one single item. If that doesn't tickle your butt, then we have individual gold cards on this website as well. You guys can pick up an individual metal card, individual gold card, whatever you name it. Don't forget, use code MIRZALUCK at checkout to get 10% off your first order. Alright, let's start at the number 6 spot. This one I'm going to explain really quickly, but the number 6 spot definitely belongs to my boy, Red Sun Solomon Grundy. Let's talk about it really quickly. Grundy as a character in this game He is incredibly slow. He is very slow. His advanced swipe is one of the worst advanced swipes I've ever seen in the game. Right next to Joker's advanced swipe, which is like that two-hit combo garbage. Like, it is just as worse, probably if not even more worse. Let's talk about for a second. Grundy's advanced swipe. It takes so long. The frames on the first hit are so long that the enemy AI can just hit you. Like, he is an incredibly slow character. He's not fun to play with. His tap attacks make him somewhat bearable in an online match. Now, let's talk about his stats. He has 49,000 damage and 99,000 health, right up there with almost all of the Red Sun characters. Stats are not the problem here. The problem is his playset. I think Grundy as a character, he needs to be buffed because he's just terrible. I think the only Grundy character they got right was probably Earth 2 Summon Grundy, and even then, I don't even use Grundy because he's just not fun to play with. He's very slow, and Earth 2 Grundy, he is probably the best Grundy in the game. So he has good synergies, power dampening, really good stuff. However, I would never use him because his playset is just booty. Let's talk about his passive, Red Sun Toughness. Grundy and his team gain 15% increased total health for each Red Sun character on the team. Now, these passives, or these synergies, build off of every single, Red Sun character. So, 15 times 3, that is a 45% total health increase for each Red Sun character on your team. The problem with this is that increased total health, I don't rarely ever need it in an online match. I think I'm okay without this synergy. Frankly, being because the gear sets just do the healing and the defense for you. So I think Grundy overall, just not really a great card. All right, next up on the list is Red Sun Deathstroke. But here's the thing. These other 5 spots, these characters aren't even that bad. I have no gripe with them, but since this is a tier list, I have to point out some of the flaws with these characters. So, let's start with Red Sun Deathstroke. He is number 5 on the spot. So, Red Sun Deathstroke. One of the things I don't really like about this card is that his stats are relatively low. I know that he is, fully elite, max augmented, breakthrough, all that. So obviously his stats look very appealing. However, when you don't have him maxed out with augments and breakthroughs, his stats are really low. They're just really low. Here's the thing. I love Deathstroke. He has such a great playset in this game. If you pair him right, if you pair him with Red Sun Batman, Red Sun Deathstroke has like 3 hits on a special 1. So those 3 hits have a chance to be unblockable. So Red Sun Deathstroke definitely has room for synergies from other Red Sun characters. I don't want to discount him, but then again, he's probably one of the lesser Red Sun characters because speed. Speed. I think I've talked about this in my channel before. I love speed. I think it's such a slept-on passive that no other character has it. I can't remember any character having speed as their passive. Maybe Bronze Flash might have that. Bronze Flash. Silver Flash, they have a speed increase, and I love speed. Speed increase is the best thing in this game. It makes you so fast. It's incredible. However, I don't think speed is necessarily important for the Red Sun team in general. Like, if you have Salma Grundy on your team, then yes, having Deathstroke in there will definitely help Grundy become a playable character. Still, I don't think speed is what's going to carry the Red Sun characters. Frankly, there are just better Red Sun characters than Red Sun Deathstroke. I hate saying that because I really do love this card. There's nothing to hate about him. There really isn't. Stats are relatively low. His passive, a lot of people don't even ever use him, but his passive is really good. The synergies are really good too. His special 2, very flashy. Special 1 has room to be unblockable 3 times, which is a lot higher than any other character with the Red Sun passive. Think about it. Red Sun Superman only has 1 hit on a special 1. Wonder Woman has 1 hit. Grundy has 1 hit. So you can see how Red Sun Deathstroke, especially if you pair him with Red Sun Batman, it's really good. It's really good because you don't ever want to discount certain characters, and I don't want to do it with this character either. However, his passive just does not get you that far in online matches, unfortunately. Alright, next up on the list, I think a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but next up on the list is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, not a terrible card. Not a terrible card at all. I don't want to say that she's a terrible card. Let's talk about it for a second. Red Sun Wonder Woman, we have the Red Sun Trinity, which is Superman, Wonder Woman, and then Green Lantern. I think those are the three most used Red Sun characters I've ever seen in online. Like Wonder Woman, Superman, Green Lantern. Those are the most used Red Sun team ever. We have 6 Red Sun characters, but however, we always see the same version, which is Superman, Wonder Woman, and then you have Green Lantern. I can definitely see the appeal in that. You have power generation, damage increase, defense increase, like a lot of good stuff going on there. This is just my personal preference here. I think there is a better card than Red Sun Wonder Woman, but she is by no means a terrible card. Not at all. She's a really good card. Playset is good. Her special one is very cool because if you finish off the advanced swipe, and on the last hit of the advanced swipe, when the opponent flies away, you have like a brief, 1 second opening where you can get a free, unblockable special one. It's amazing. Clearly, this character is really good. Passive is really good as well. However, I just think there are better Red Sun characters than Wonder Woman with much better passives. Alright, boys, this one was definitely a tough one. We're down to the number 3 spot. This one was really hard to decide on, but here's the thing. I'm going to go with Red Sun Superman. Again, by no means is this card bad. Not at all. Let's talk about all of the pluses with this card. He has probably the best Red Sun stats for any Red Sun character I've ever seen. I think he is probably the character that has the best stats for any Red Sun character. Really good stuff. He has 53,000 damage and 116,000 health. His passive is called Red Sun Strength. Superman and his team gain a 25% damage boost to basic attack for each Red Sun character on his team. There's really nothing wrong with him. There really isn't. At this point, it just boils down to which passive I prefer. Because since we're on the 3 Red Sun characters, the top 3 Red Sun characters, at this point, it really just boils down to passive and which passive I would find useful in a match. So, strength. Oh my god, definitely. A 25% damage boost to basic attack is incredible. I love it. There's nothing wrong with him. Superman as a card, very good. All the Superman characters are very good in this game. They have a really good playset, advanced swipe, basic tap. All that stuff is very juicy. But let's talk about who is just slightly better than Red Sun Superman. And I think Red Sun Batman is just slightly, if not just a bit better than Red Sun Superman. I don't want to fully say that he is the superior Red Sun character. He clearly isn't. But let's talk about Red Sun Batman for a second. I think Red Sun Batman is by far the most underrated card. I never see him in online. It's such a sad thing. I never see him in online. He is very fun to play with. I'm not going to say anything. He's very fun to play with. Batman, of course. Batman as a card. He has the best playset in the entire game. Don't cap on that. Red Sun Batman, or any Batman card, they have really solid playsets. You can't go wrong with them. Advanced Swipe is very fast. I don't even know how it's that fast. I thought Advanced Swipes were supposed to be slow, but whatever. Batman just breaks the rules. I love it. So, Red Sun Batman has 49,000 damage and 118,000 health. His passive is called Red Sun Cunning. All Red Sun teammates gain chance for unblockable on special 1 attacks. This is amazing. This is so amazing. I think a lot of people just ignore Batman, which is so annoying because he's so amazing. Special 2 looks so flashy. It's so cool. Special 1, come on now. Special 1, Batman has 2 attacks that can be unblockable. So you have 2 attacks that can be unblockable. And I brought this up earlier in the video, but if you pair Batman with Deathstroke, Deathstroke has 3 hits on Special 1 with a chance for all those 3 hits to be unblockable. You see what I'm getting at? The synergies for Batman are good. They're really, really good. And especially in a match, I think I'd rather prefer unblockable than damage boost. Both of the buffs are great. Damage boost, unblockable. I would, I can't really favor one over the other, but if you're going to talk about Red Sun characters, then definitely Red Sun Batman is much better. I think his passive is very slept on. I think people just sleep. They're just sleeping on their bed. Just don't even know about Red Sun Batman. It's insane. He's a really good card. Unblockable Special 1, very good. I forgot to mention, his Special 1 has a chance to be stunned as well as any other Batman card in the game, except for my boy Gaslight Batman, but we don't talk about that. Or my boy Batman. Okay, I'll stop. But here's the thing. Chance for stun, on Special 1, where the Special 1 can also be unblockable. Think about the gear setups for a second. You can put the Necron Scythe, the Cloak of Destiny, and you don't even have to worry about making sure the opponent is not blocking. Just take off your Special 1, do it, and the probability of landing it unblockable is very high, I would say. And then, of course, at our number 1 spot, this is a no-brainer. It's clearly Red Sun Green Lantern. Red Sun Green Lantern. There's not much to say here. This man is like president of the Red Sun team. It's insane. Red Sun Green Lantern. He has 47,000 damage and 120,000 health. His passive is called Red Sun Energy Armor. Each Red Sun character on Green Lantern's team takes 20% less damage and are immune to stun and crit. Like, look at that. That is insane. You immediately, like, block off characters like, think about it. You block off characters like Luchador Bane, Earth to the Flash, very powerful characters. You completely, strip them of their, passive. You just immediately strip them of their damage, and they're just easy pickings for you. Think about it. Immune to stun, Luchador Bane, rest in peace. Earth to the Flash, rest in peace. Any other stun character, rest in peace. Crit. Rest in peace, Flashpoint Batman. Flashpoint Batman can knock you out with his advanced swipe. You think about this for a second. Crit, I think the best crit character is probably Flashpoint Batman. So Flashpoint Batman, a character that came out almost 2 years ago, still blocked off by this old-ass Red Sun character who is immune to crit, who makes his whole team immune to crit. So Flashpoint Batman becomes immediately useless. Not to mention that you take 20% less damage, and it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. His passive is really good. You put this character in Red Sun team, all of them just become tanks. They just cannot die. It's impossible for them to die. Literally the perfect Red Sun character. Nothing to say wrong about here. Special 1 is okay. I feel like Special 1 is just very long. Like, you activate it, and then he just pulls out his like big ass turbine, and then it just feels a little slow, but it's just a little nitpick. Special 2 is a 3-hit special. It can connect, if I'm not mistaken, so, that's cool. Other than that, that's pretty much it. That's all of the Red Sun characters I can count. There's 6 overall. So, just to mention before, we have, in our number 6 spot, we have Grundy. Number 5th spot, we have Deathstroke. Number 4 spot, we have Wonder Woman. Number 3 spot, we have Superman. Number 2 spot, we have Batman. And number 1 spot, we have Red Sun Green Lantern, the president of the Red Sun team. So, how do you get these characters? You can either wait for the Red Sun pack, which is goddamn never going to come to fruition, or you can go to Mirza.shop and pick up your very own Red Sun pack.